Hey, it's Tuesday morning. It's 8 o'clock. And you know what that means?
Yes, it is.
It's trash talk.
It means I'm tired.
I know that there's a lot of you who have just been itching to turn your computer on and get to this show. And we thank both of you. We thank both of you for that.
Hey, I've noticed our viewership going up. I've noticed it. Of course, I'm also shoving it down everybody's throat too. So,
That's right. Yeah. And we are only available on 28 different platforms or something.
Yes.
And it's growing by the week.
True. Also very true.
But hey, we'll reach anybody we can, anywhere. Here in this state, in this country, overseas, pretty soon you're going to be able to find our show in 20 languages. We don't speak any of them, but somebody's out there dubbing us.
I want to see a dubbed version of us. I think that'd be phenomenal.
Welcome to Treasure. How you going to talk?
We might even be in the caves in Afghanistan.
Yeah. Oh boy. It just shows the level that some people can stoop to. But hey, we sure thank you for being with us this morning, and we want to just share a little bit of info with you because we are brought to you by the Patriot Sandwich Company in Denton, Texas. Great people over there, great sandwiches. Everything is fresh because the meat is sliced fresh every day. The veggies are sliced every day. They bake their own breads there, so it can't be any fresher than when you walk in and you go in and you mention Trash Talk and they'll do something special for you. They may even have some specials going on. Check with them, okay? Because it's a great place to visit, great place to shop, and buy one and take one home with you. And also our good friend Irving Chung, who is a franchise specialist. And I talked to Irving last week and I was absolutely amazed that you don't need to be a millionaire or even have a big pot of cash in order to get into a franchise. There are even some part-time franchises you can get involved in for, he said $50,000 is a rough guesstimate. And there's a small business loans available. There are veterans loans available. And also you can get into a franchise and be making money on top of the money that you're making. Hey, that's a good thing. Reach out to Irving Chung at Fran Guidance. Okay, check it out. And in the meantime, you could just sit here and chat with us if you want. Because
I need another cup. I need another cup of coffee. Do we still have that Monica girl working for us?
I don't know. I didn't think you would allow anybody named Monica.
Well, you had, what was her name? I don't know. Where's that broad? I need a cup of coffee. God, I can't move anyway. I swear.
Yeah, for those that didn't catch it, I met Brandon in down in town Frisco one day, and I got there early. And I ordered a cup of coffee, and the young lady that was taking care of the table, I said to her, listen, I'm waiting for my buddy. And when he comes to the table, would you just walk over and just say, hi, my name's Monica, and I'll be taking care of you this morning. And she did. And Brandon nearly fell off the chair. And all like, oh God, my day has been trash already. Now I got to sit down and I'm being taken care of by somebody named Monica.
Yeah, I almost left. I just knew we had some girl that kept announcing when we were on the air. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So it looks like you got cartoons going on over there, huh?
Yeah. We talked about reminiscing, and I kept thinking, today's kids, everything revolves about 12 inches from their face. They everything is on a phone or an iPad. They play games. They do everything that way. And it was so different in our day, from cartoons, board games, getting outside and playing stuff like hula hoop and pogo sticks and stuff like that. The kids don't do it. I even comment on the fact that, I'm not real thrilled about saying this on the air, But
Here we go.
my grandson, even the next thing that he wants for the holidays is a motorized eraser, one of these little scooters. You know how,
Oh, wow.
you get on a scooter and you use your foot to
Yes.
propel yourself. Now they got a motorized, so the kids don't even get any
Why?
exercise.
Why? I like scooters. Now the big scooters that when you see them downtown Dallas or Houston or those are fun. Like you're zipping around the city because you're renting them.
Those
So
are
I get that.
segways.
It's like, well, it's not a Segway. It's literally a motorized. It's a bigger motorized scooter like you're talking about. They're cool. You can rent them. Dallas had a big issue with them for a while there, but
Now
you can rent them, and it's fun. It's fun to zip around the city. I get that. But as a kid, take your happy butt outside and use your foot like the rest of us that we had to do.
I know. Even the bicycles. I see the kids going down the street, and I think, he's not even pedaling that bike. The legs aren't even getting any kind of exercise. It's just bzzz.
Well, one of my biggest things, and I've talked about it a lot, is the Saturday morning cartoons. Back when I was younger, yeah, they had some cartoons on throughout the week at certain times after school. They were placed pretty perfectly,
Yeah.
But Saturday morning cartoons was it, and it was it was the moment that, okay, our kids can be entertained for like 2.5 hours while parents sleep in or do whatever they want. And I would get up early. I would get my I was going to say coffee, but I didn't drink coffee back then. I get my cereal and I'd sit down with my little cereal tray and watch Saturday morning cartoons, Muppet Babies. G.I. Joe was on during the week, not on Saturday mornings. Thundercats, one of my favorites, was on. Pee-wee's Playhouse. And then after that, it would go into WWF wrestling. And I knew once wrestling was over, I had to go do my chores and stuff like that. But now we live in a world where cartoons are on 24/7. Streaming services, cartoon networks. It's taken away from the special. Matter of fact, Saturday morning cartoons, they're not even there anymore.
Well, and in the movie theaters too, when we were growing up, you used to go to a movie theater and you'd usually see a double feature, and there was always cartoons before the first movie went on, and you were, cartoons in between, and the Looney Tunes, Tweety and Sylvester, Wile E. Coyote and Beep Beep the Roadrunner. I mean, those
and Elmer's Fudd and Bugs Bunny. And,
the whole Disney character cartoons and everything. I mean, they were now today you got cartoons, but now they're feature films, animated feature films.
Yeah, most of them are. They still do like Disney because Disney Plus is coming out with new cartoons. Like they just brought back not too long ago, brought back the Chippendale, so not the dancers, but the actual chipmunks. And so they have a Chippendale cartoon. It's different animation. But Luke and I watched it, and I got to be honest with you, I wasn't sure how he was going to relate to it. He loves it. And they're short. It's like in one episode, it's like 15, 20 minutes for one episode.
Yeah.
And there's no dialogue at all. It's the old school Chippendale. There's sounds, but no dialogue. And I got to be honest with you, it does take me back to when Chippendale first debuted without talking. So I'm happy that Disney Plus is doing that kind of stuff,
Yeah, well, Beep Beep and Wiley, they never talked. There was always sounds and everything, the boom sounds and all that kind of stuff.
Same with Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, all of those, and you used your own imagination to imagine what they were saying and going through. Today, I mean, the animation today is beyond incredible. What Disney Pixar does, and with either realistic looking figures or the cartoon figures. Also, you're seeing cartoons are kind of replacing a lot of actors in commercials. They're doing animated commercials and all. Yeah, they're still using voiceover actors and stuff, but I don't know whether it's just a cost saving thing because actors want big bucks to do a 1 minute commercial or something. But
Maybe, but it's also maybe appealing to a bigger audience too. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, if you look at some of those animated cartoons, they're entertaining than seeing more normal people, or commercials. They're entertaining than seeing just normal people. And even though you could hear, let's say, like George Clooney's voice and know it's George Clooney, maybe his image is not the image to sell that product, but this cartoon is. So you get the best of both worlds. I really don't know.
Right. Right. You know, yeah, we were talking a little bit about how just like kids don't play with toys or stuff anymore. The one thing that seems to have lasted for decades now is Matchbox cars. I know,
Tell me about it.
yeah, I know Luke is big into Matchbox cars, and you've even posted some videos of him sitting, just putting them bumper to bumper all around the house, and but he could spend hours doing that. My grandson used to do that, spend hours just putting them, making parking lots, and you know, that seems to have been the one thing that's lasted over the years. That small kids still are intrigued with anything with wheels on it, and using their minds to create, you know, scenarios with them.
Oh, it's amazing too. And not just the different sets, because we got a garage, we got a car wash. That's cool. But just the Hot Wheels and Matchbox, what they come up with. Like we've got a street sweeper and we've got a snowplow. Like it's not just the cars anymore. I remember when Luke first he was barely one, and a neighbor said, "Hey, your son might want these," and he came over with this big plastic tub of Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars. He's like, "I know he's a little young, but," and I kept him because there's got to be like 50, 60 of them in there.
Did your eyes light up when you opened up that box?
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
I told him I'd give him money, and he's like, "No, I was gonna throw them away." I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
But I gave Luke, I had the Dukes of Hazzard Matchbox carrying case. So I gave Luke the Dukes of Hazzard. Well, I threw the Dukes of Hazzard thing didn't last. It got ripped up. But it had all my Matchbox cars in there. So he's got cars that, you know, got like 1974 on them. Like back when, like I bought them I got them as a kid when I was born. But these were made even 4 years before. So it's really cool to see him play with the metal cars, and I'm really happy those have lasted all these years.
Yeah, and I mean to Hot Wheels and Matchbox, I mean, man, they've just continued to recreate not some of the old classic cars, but every time a new design comes out, they're right on it. They're right on it.
Yeah, and then they incorporate like the movie cars. So we got the Fast and the Furious. Luke's got every one. I think we're missing one. Every one of the Batmobiles, the different variants.
Right.
Of the Batmobile. So it's really cool to see that sort of stuff. We got food trucks. Like we literally played the other day. We set up a food truck thing, and the cars were just going and getting food. Like that was the, you know, I was like, yeah, this is cool. I want to do that. Yeah.
Recreating the original drive-through.
Right.
You know, but we talk about throwbacks and stuff, like whatever happened to stuff like flashcards. The kids ever use flashcards? Remember how that's how you learned how to spell?
Yeah.
Was with flashcards.
You know what happened? It's the phones and the tablets happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have flashcards now. I use with Luke. We use them for spelling.
Now the kids just have spell check. You know, they don't have to learn how to spell
that's
it.
True. That's true.
Oh, just spell check.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We didn't have that. We had the cards. I still think there's a use for them, which is why I bought them for him, and it helps him to see it and visually. But then he's on his tablet now, and they literally have a flashcard app on the tablet. And I'm like, well, what the heck, man?
When was the last time you ever opened a dictionary?
I don't know.
Remember when we were in school, you carried a little pocket dictionary?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I mean, now you just ask your phone, how do you spell this? And it comes up on the screen, tells you how to spell it. You know, it's just.
Well, it's the same. Hey, look, it's the same thing with a calculator. I know sometimes in college you got to get those special Texas Instruments calculators, but Look,
You remember the
you just see your
size of those
phone.
things? They were the size of a
Freaking
tablet.
huge. You had to give like a pint of blood to take it home with you because
Right.
if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
took it home and lost it, they were so pissed.
And you did stuff like sines and cosines and
Yes.
oh man, and slide rules.
It's ridiculous.
I think
Ridiculous.
you just now. And now you got 3D printers. So if you need something, just put it in there and it makes it for you.
Yeah. And you can do it from your house.
Yeah.
3D printers are so cheap nowadays. You can do it from your house. It's crazy, man.
I'm figuring when is somebody going to start to come up with an idea for a way to recreate keys with a 3D printer.
With a 3D printer. Well, we're probably going to get rid of keys.
Although you don't
Let's be
need,
real.
you don't need keys anyway. When was the last time you used a key to open up a car door? Or even
Well, mine, because my car's a piece of crap. So yeah, mine is. But I've got the freaking key fob thing, and it just sits there. It just looks at me, and I'm like, I'm not spending that money on you. I just dropped $1,000 on you, buddy. You're lucky you're still alive.
I'm just, yeah, you're just going to leave it unlocked. Maybe you'll get lucky and somebody will steal it.
Hey, don't say that. I've had a car stolen. I can't afford that. I've had a car stolen back in the day in McKinney, Texas, but that's another story.
Oh, a subject of another show.
Yes, yes.
It's fun. It's always fun to reminisce, and I hope you've enjoyed spending some time with us, reminiscing. And if you ever have any ideas for a show, drop either one of us a line and say, "Hey, why don't you two guys talk about this or that?" Anything but Monica or Tiffany.
Yeah, she's fired too. I'm still sipping on cold coffee. I don't know where that broad is. I'm over her.
Hey, Monica, get some coffee over to Brandon.
I think she lied to you. I think she lied to you when you hired her.
Well, go to the door in about 10 minutes and see if Monica doesn't show up with some hot coffee for you. All right. And go out and make it a good one and come back and join us again next week for another episode of Trash Talk.